Peaky fucking Blinders Season 5. I know it's been like 2 months since I've done a review on Peaky Blinders. I'm sorry, I've been busy, but I'm finally here. This is the newest season, and you know the drill. There's going to be full spoilers for Season 5, maybe even other seasons. I don't really know. I'm just going to ramble. I was very cautious going into the season because I didn't know how I felt about Tommy's new role in the government at the end of Season 4. I didn't hate the idea. I thought it was interesting, but I was scared this season was going to be bogged down by political plots and less of the Peaky Blinders underground bullshit that they do. But I'm happy to say that's not the case at all, and this might be a hot take, but I think this is my favorite season of Peaky Blinders. I really felt like no storyline in this season I didn't find interesting. I was invested throughout the whole entire season. The political stuff, I'll get into in a little bit, but I found the most interesting out of any of the storylines this season. And it's not in it too much. If that was just the main point of the season, which I guess it kind of is, but like the only point of the season, I would have not liked that. The political stuff, I'll get into in a little bit, I loved. First off, the season opens up so great. I think it was a great idea to open up with the stock market crashing, Michael losing all the money, and essentially the Peaky Blinders have to go back to what they do because it seemed like they were almost in legitimate business. They had, the gin and the gambling and all that stuff. Now they got to get back and get dirty again. They got to do fucked up jobs. They got to start selling heroin and things like that, which made the season so interesting right off the bat. I love how they're incorporating real life events. And I know the creators of the show said they want to make a realistic timepiece in between World War I and World War II, basically what the Peaky Blinders is. So the stock market crashing, I found a great idea. Because right off the bat, you are hooked, and it makes the Peaky Blinders go back to their roots. Cillian Murphy is incredible in this season. Once again, it is fucking crime he hasn't been nominated for a Golden Globe or anything for this role. Thomas Shelby is one of the most interesting characters I've ever seen. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's universally accepted. He is going through so much shit. This is not the lowest he's ever been. The lowest he's ever been is probably when Grace gets killed in season 3. He is at a low point right now. He just wants to fucking die. He's going to kill himself. And he says some line about how the gardeners have no ambition or anything like that, but they'll always be happier than him. And that's a deep line. It really speaks about Thomas Shelby. And what is the end game for him? How is he going to be happy? He has a son. He has a beautiful wife. He has everything he could ever want. What's going to be the end game for him? What's going to make him finally happy? I won't go into every single subplot in the season because there are a lot, but they are all very interesting. I'll just kind of gloss over them. Like the Billy Boys, I thought first were going to be annoying, but they were fucking awesome, and they really, came together at the end of everything. Even Linda, I really don't like her character. I find her very annoying, but I thought her whole arc was very interesting too, with her leaving Arthur and then her coming back. I thought all that was very well done. Michael and his wife, because there's a lot of intrigue there, because I still don't know what his wife's up to. And Michael, you could tell, is starting to get tired of this shit. I really feel like, he got the shit end of the stick at the end of season 4 because he's just protecting his mom. Paulie's a fucking snake for doing that. This season, he lost all their money, and he's kind of being a snake about it now. He's essentially trying to be the one to take over the business, say it needs to go in a new direction. He might be right about that, but stay in your lane, Michael. Come on. Like I said before, every subplot in this season is interesting. There's no fucking Paulie fucking the painter for many different scenes throughout a season. There's nothing like that. Every single plot feels like it's needed, and it feels like it's building to something big. Now I'll get to the main plot of the season, and it's the political stuff that I found absolutely riveting and chilling. It really just was creepy because essentially the villain of the show, played by Sam Claflin, which he was also Finnick, I think his name was Finnick in the Hunger Games movie. He does a great job playing this character. Oswell Mosley, which by the way is a real person. He's a real historical person. Look it up after this video if you didn't know that. It is some creepy and terrible shit. But he's starting the fascist party, and we learn more about this party and learn more about stuff and just know basic history. Essentially the rise of the Nazis in Europe. And they do it in such a subtle way where they could easily have been like, oh, we got this group of people, they call themselves the Nazis. Or they could have been like, oh, I know a guy in Germany, his name's Adolf, he's supposed to be this big deal. They could have easily done something like that. But the fact that they made it so subtle and made it so creepy and just nothing really in your face made it feel so realistic, and it makes it just terrifying that something like this happened. And yes, in past seasons we've had terrible villains, we've had creepy motherfuckers, and we've had horrible, horrible people. But being a Nazi is just another level of evil, which makes this character, makes this villain who's real, so terrifying. The Shelby family are so uncomfortable that Tommy is doing business with this person. And Thomas, for the first time, I feel like, is doing something good. Like, he feels like, I have to stop this. I haven't seen that yet. Yes, he had to stop the Italians, all that stuff, but that was to protect his family. He generally thinks this guy is going to bring evil upon the world, which eventually happens, which is so terrible. This is the first time I've seen Thomas and, like, the Shelby family being like, we need to do something about this. And I thought that was fantastic. Maybe that's why people didn't really like Season 5, because it's so much different than the other seasons. It still has the same feel to it, and there's still that Peaky Blinders bullshit with, like, them doing the heroin and all the other stuff. But the political stuff was definitely very different, and that might have turned some people off. But I thought that was some of the most riveting parts of the whole entire show, especially since the creators were trying to make a realistic timepiece, and it really felt like that. Also, I thought this season was just shot beautifully. There's a lot of long takes I noticed. There's a lot of no cuts or anything like that, and it just shot beautifully. I think they really have been learning as the seasons go on, because I think each season it gets shot better, and Season 5, I think, by far is shot the best out of all 5 seasons. I'll briefly talk about the finale, because I think this video is going a little bit too long. But the finale, I thought, was so suspenseful. The most suspenseful part, I think, maybe in the whole series, when they're going to assassinate Oswell in front of everyone, and shit just goes bad. And I wonder who betrayed who, because Michael and his wife were talking about option 2. Could it have been them that snitched? But then the guy, the football player, he reached for the phone. So who knows? But my point about the finale that I want to say is, I know that Season 6 is supposed to be last season, and if they're ending the series with, like, World War II starting, World War II started in 1939. I think it's, like, 1929 right now. So they've got, like, 9 to 10 years to cover everything. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. In the end, though, I absolutely love Season 5 of Peaky Blinders. I think this is my favorite season. That might be a hot take, considering that it's very different than all the other seasons. But this was the first season I was absolutely engaged in every single scene. I thought it was shot beautifully. I thought all the performances were great. I thought the most interesting part of the season was the political stuff. It's very creepy and unsettling how something like this can come to power. And I thought the villain was great. And I don't know, I thought every plot in the season was fantastic. Yeah, there's really nothing about this season I would change. I'm going to give Season 5 of Peaky Blinders a 10 out of 10.
It's over! It's over!
I will say, since I started this channel, it's been hard to rate things. I will say I think Season 3 and 1 I've liked a little bit less as time gone on. 2 and 4 I think I like about the same. But if I could change my ratings, I would. I'm not going to do that to you guys. But 1 and 3 I think I would lower a little bit. 3 definitely more than 1. It's just when you see the bigger picture of things, you start to like things less. Like, I guess with Star Wars, the new trilogy, I probably would have given Force Awakens a lower rating. And definitely Season 7 of Game of Thrones, because Season 8 was just a disaster. But just seeing how things play out, they sometimes skew your rating, and just want to be honest with you guys. But I will say, if Season 6 of Peaky Blinders sucks, I don't know if I would still change my rating for Season 5. I don't know. I don't think my opinion would change even if Season 6 sucked. Just saying. So, Season 5 of Peaky Blinders. Let me know what you guys rank it in your power rankings of seasons. So I'm curious to see how many people think it's their favorite or their least favorite. I just want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click here to see more of Davey Dave's Takes.